Me basically on a slow news day. I don't have a lot of Royale stuff to show you, but I am eventually going to live stream me climbing trophies or the ladder because it's like 8 days to the end of the season. But I thought that I would instead talk about something that I love to talk about. And that is, why is it so hard to get people to play a tournament? This is a Reddit post that I made a little while ago, and it just went crazy. It just went fucking crazy. I did the Drake meme. I don't want to play a tournament. That's basically PvP, right? Help me build the deck to play PvP. I find that most people spend all of their time trying to build a better deck to play PvP, but for some reason they'll join a clan and they will not want to play a tournament, which is literally PvP with one modifier. You're literally playing the same people that you would be playing at your point on the ladder, but with one modifier. It's literally the same thing. And I know that it's the same thing because, like I've stated in multiple videos, I stopped playing PvP for an entire month up until the last 5 days. And I was playing against people that are normally at the start of the season for the entire month. Like, just the easiest players. Like, players with, the engineer deck and, a level 1 gadget. Or a level 10 trainer. Or people with, a demon hunter deck. And they're running trickster with, rare gear. Just the dumbest players. The lowest low-level players that I should definitely not be playing against. I played up against them in tournament. In every just battle of tournament, so I was winning I was just smoking, just killing every single player. I didn't even plunder because I was gaining because if you don't understand, in tournament, when you play tournament, as it increases, this is going to be a podcast basically, so you don't have to watch this video. I don't know if you didn't get that already. But if you, what was I saying? What was I just saying? I stopped playing tournament. If you play tournament, you're playing against the same people. Oh, and if you didn't also realize, if you play events, you're also playing against those people. So in the current mirror match event, right? You're playing against people with the same deck, but you're not playing against the same people or people with the same hero levels or equipment levels, which is why it's always important to upgrade your heroes, and it's always important to upgrade your equipment, because for mirror match, you're taking in your own equipment and your own heroes, even though the deck and the crit percentage is the same. So you will still have an edge if you have better equipment and if you have better heroes. And I was playing against people, again, that had level 5 trainers and level 2 tricksters. People refuse to play tournament. A lot of people in clans refuse to play tournament. They will log in and ask for, decks to build to play PvP. Because if you're not playing PvP, right, I have to assume that if they're playing the game, right? And if they're playing the game and they're in a clan and they're not using their tournament battles, what are they doing in the game? They're playing PvP. And this is a game that's designed to make you think that PvP is the end-all be-all for this game and to just play PvP for the rewards. And I'm telling you right now that the rewards are not worth your struggle for an entire month. They are worth your struggle for the last 5 days of a season, and for the rest of the entire month, don't play PvP. People try to say, oh, I only have 1,000 crit. How come I can't get, double, the second legendary? How come I can't get to 7,000 trophies? PvP is so unfair. They have all these legendaries and I can't win, right? don't play PvP. Like, there's a very simple answer to this. If you stop playing PvP, everything else will be easier. You should be focusing all of your time on co-op. You should be focusing all of your time on tournament battles, because if you are in a clan, do tournament battles. That's it. That's the only requirement to being in a clan, ever. Like, being in a clan gives you so many free rewards, and I did an entire, like, separate video thing about this, called Why Should You Participate in Tournament? So I won't go into that, but play your battles. And playing your battles, if you stop winning battles, and if tournament is so hard, it's because you've climbed way too far on PvP. Stop playing PvP, and it'll make tournament easier. It'll also make events easier. And then at the end of the month, in the last 5 or 7 days, right? Climb the heck out of PvP. Get all of the rewards. And then you will have all the rewards, because every single reward you can get, and it'll be easier because most people will be where they should be. Because in the last couple of days, people will have then climbed high enough, like high level players, they will have climbed high enough to be in a different league, and you will play equivalent players. It's why when the tournament reset, or when the season resets, why when you're in the bottom, you're playing against high level people. It's because everybody is right there at that exact moment. But if you wait till the end of the month to play PvP and then just play it, like endlessly, like, don't even care about the amount of tokens that you're getting. Just keep playing it over and over and over. Use the same deck. It doesn't even matter. Use your strongest deck. Just go as far as you can. You will realize where you should be in PvP. And that is where you should climb to. And don't try to climb higher than that. You will eventually know when you can climb higher than that. Like, if you have a level 5 gadget, guess what? When you get a level 10 gadget, you will climb harder. Like, if you have a level 10, or if you have a level 7 Inquisitor, guess what? At level 9, you will climb higher. At level 13, you will climb higher. At level 15, you will climb higher. That is how you climb higher. You upgrade the things that you know. You don't change the deck, right? Like, people think that if they play, like, if they get to a certain point, right, that they can push even more if they just make a slight change in their deck. Like, oh, I have these cards, and I've been using this deck to get all the way to here. What should I change to climb even further? Nothing. If that is your best deck, and you know that that's your best deck, you're probably running the best deck that you can, and that's where you should be. And so I made this post, and I didn't really expect it to do necessarily well. I thought that it would get like a bunch of upvotes, and then that's it. Like, in the memes, in the actual Discord, right? I thought that it would get like a bunch of upvotes. It got no upvotes, but it did end up getting something more interesting, which is discourse. The amount of comments that this got from a bunch of different people is kind of crazy. Because it's 90% legendaries that you go against. It's ridiculous. I had to restrain myself from commenting on every single one of these because I had thoughts on every single one of these. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make it a video. Because it's 90% legendaries that you go against. It's ridiculous. It needs to be fair deck versus fair deck. If I have a legendary, I should be going up against a legendary. If I have a level 9 Blade Dancer, I should be going up against a level 9 unit. Do you understand the ridiculousness of that statement? They're trying to state that it should be equal. And I don't know if you understand how many factors there are for you to think, oh, this fight that I'm going up against is equal. Let's say, for argument's sake, you have a level 9 legendary. Okay, cool. We'll put you up against a level 9 legendary. Their crit percentage is 2,000. Your crit percentage is 1,500. Are you also saying that it should also be 2,000? Like, you should also go up against somebody who was 1,500 because your crit percentage is 1,500? Okay, cool. Level 9 Blade Dancer, both players have exactly 1,500 crit percentage. But they have a level 7 sword, and you have a level 5 sword. Are you saying that you should also be paired up against a person with a level 5 sword? Okay, cool. Level 9 Blade Dancer, both players' crit percentage is 1500. Both players have a level 5 sword. They have a sword with the Forest faction. You have a sword with no faction. So they're getting a faction boost. Are you also saying that it should also not have a faction boost? Okay. Level 9 Blade Dancer. Both players have 1500 crit. Both players have a level 5 sword. But they have a level 8 Chemist, and you're running a level 12 Trapper. Are you saying that, that's also unfair because they have a Chemist and they're running a different thing than what yours is? Like, where does this end? Like, the amount of ridiculousness in this statement is insane. There are way too many factors for a developer to even try to fathom. And so the only factor, and if you don't understand this, let me throw this right now. The only factor that determines PvP, because they're saying like, oh, this is 90% legendaries, right? They're saying like, oh, tournament is bad because of this. It's like, no. Tournament is directly related to PvP. The only factor that the developers have chosen to look at when determining who you fight is your trophy. Where are you right now in PvP? And if you've fought so hard and you've managed to like shaman your way to victory, to where like, you made a bunch of people quit that people that are playing regular decks, and you managed to make them quit because of shaman, and you climbed even further. Shaman will like push you pretty far, like farther than you should go. Shaman, like playing like a shaman, witch, harlequin, mime, anything else deck, will push you pretty far. But then at some point you will go up against decks that will be able to deal with that concept. And then you'll be like, how come I can't push any harder? This is so unfair. People have max legendaries. It's like, yeah, because you fought to get there, right? And now you're there. And now you're realizing that you shouldn't be here. There are too many factors for a developer to like cycle through. So the only factor that they've chosen is where you are at currently in trophies in PvP, and that relates to every mode. There's no way for, this is usually the thing that people like to argue. Oh, I just fought this person. He had so much higher crit percentage than me. Oh, I just fought this person. He had a max thing and I didn't have a max thing. And, this is so unfair. This game is broken, right? No, the game is not broken. You're playing PvP way too much. And technically that person is playing PvP not enough, like me. And that's what I'm saying. Like, don't play PvP. Let's see another comment here. You talking about it in your clan? If so, then probably insecurities about their gameplay or the length of the game. I don't know. I haven't really noticed it in my clan. I said that literally every clan I've ever been in, check your participation, you'll see it. Because they're saying that like they never, their statement before was that they've never had anybody not participate, and that nobody in their clan talks about not participating. And then they said, I suppose so, actually. It's the same dozen or so people that do it. I'm part of Apex, so lots of clans, and a Discord thread where all clans can request co-op with a total of over 750 members. I never have to look far. Point taken, though. Only about a quarter of my clan actively seek out co-op in our particular clan chat. With so many time differences, there is never going to be, like, trying to find co-op in your own clan is incredibly difficult, which is why I would always recommend instead getting into a good clan, getting a high with a high enough collective reputation bonus, and just making a deck that you can solo co-op. I would always recommend playing co-op more than PvP. Because that will also teach you how to play PvP. I think there's no focus on co-op, and the focus on co-op is people think that they can just bring in a whatever deck and somebody will shaman them to victory and then they'll win. And that's that the other person is being a good co-op player, and because it's co-op, right? What you should be doing instead is making your own deck be able to solo co-op. Because if your deck can solo co-op, that is a true test of where you should be in PvP. It is a truer test than wherever you are in PvP. I can solo 13 every single time with Blooming Dash Blade Dancer. I can technically solo it with like Floral Frenzy Blade Dancer, but it's much more difficult. But with no support or anything, with the other person not even doing a thing, I can very easily all the time solo 13 with Blooming Dash Blade Dancer. Because I can do that, I can push pretty far in PvP. Wherever your co-op level is that you can solo, that is where you should be in PvP. And if you can't solo 13, maybe you shouldn't be that high. It is incredibly difficult to find a co-op player even within your own clan. Obviously, it's the better reward. But if you can solo co-op, right? Play with randoms. Like, build a deck where it kind of utilizes Shaman. Like, I do Floral Frenzy if I'm playing randoms. But it's more consistent to play 5 battles a day with randoms that you can do throughout your day at any point that you have a free moment than it is to play 1 battle in co-op with a co-op person. Because both of you are randomly on at the exact same time. If you play 5 random battles and you win every single time because you've built a deck that can solo co-op, and I'm not even saying solo 13, I'm saying solo whatever you can solo. Just do that instead. If you build a deck, if you take your time and you build a deck that can solo co-op and you just play with randoms, and you just win every single one 5 times every day, it will be more. You will obtain more gold than if you waited for a co-op person, than if you downloaded a Discord. Like, you don't need to download Discord. You can play by yourself. This game is fully playable by yourself. Tournament is the one exception, because you have to, like, within tournament, you need the other players to help you win. Even if you play all of your battles in tournament, you win every single time. Nobody plunders you. It won't matter if the rest of your team doesn't play tournament, which is why it's so important. And it's why it's the only mode in this game that requires everybody to participate, because you cannot win by yourself no matter how strong you are. Technically, I can't even win with 2 accounts no matter how strong I am. Too much to play in this game, so people deprioritize tournament. PvP, co-op, events, and tournament? No effing way. I mean, I play because rewards are great, but I understand why people don't play or completely overlook it, because it's just more time doing the same shit. Don't play PvP. I will always just go back to don't play PvP. And most people don't play 5 things of co-op. Like, to be fair, it's like, I love this game, and I don't play 5 things of co-op every single day. The only thing that's important is don't play PvP so that you can play tournament. Just stop. I can't make people stop playing PvP, and it's weird to me. Because people, I say stop playing PvP, and people are like, oh, but I want the rewards. It's like, yeah, you can get the rewards at the end of the season. Oh, I want the rewards now. And it's like, but why? It's not going to get you anything. Getting the rewards at the end of the season is just going to help you next season. And that's just impatience. That's all that is. Because you can then start the next season with those rewards, right? If your argument was like, oh, I want the rewards now because then this season could be better. It's like, yeah, but if you just stop playing PvP, when you get the rewards, it'll be like you got the rewards later and the next season will be the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So the amount of focus that people have on playing PvP and thinking that, you know, like, oh, PvP and co-op and tournaments and, you know, events are not hard. Events are like every, 8 hours? It's like you play a battle every 8 hours. Events are very difficult. I can't usually make content for events because the amount of time that it takes to get the next to get 2 tickets is insane. And unless you want to spend like gems to get tickets, or unless that's why I always like making a video right when the thing drops, because it gives you 2, and then you can or it gives you I think it gives you 2 to start with. And so you can automatically play a battle, and then you can gem a battle and then get another one, and then you can also watch like 2 ads and then get another one, and so you can get like 3 battles out of like when the event drops, right? But beyond that, you're playing like every 8 hours. You're playing like 1 battle every 8 hours. So my argument was like, but that's the game. It's like playing a merge game and saying that there's too much merging. In tournament, you could win legendaries where people have to be stuck, where people hate to be stuck, not being able to climb the ladder. They said, I agree about rewards and disagree about the merging comment. For most people, it isn't about gameplay, it's about time. If I can only dedicate 1 hour a day on the game, farming co-op is critical, and other days split PvP and events. Tournament is less important to people, so people with less time don't do it. It's the number 1 complaint in our clan, lack of time to play all the different components of the game. So I responded with, then my argument is don't be in a clan. You can play co-op and PvP solo. The only requirement a clan will ever ask of you is to participate in the only thing that not one person in the clan can do, which is tournament. To which they responded, also disagree. Maybe they should find a casual clan instead of a PvP tournament clan, but way more pros than cons being in a clan. If I didn't play tournament, I'd still join a clan. Co-op gold increase, co-op partner, no randos, card donation, chatting for knowledge. Tournament is one piece, and I've noticed only the most serious players take it serious, right? I have a response to this, but I also have I think a different response to this. Actually, no, I never responded to it. So my response to that, in terms of like, oh, they should be in a casual, like, they should be in a casual clan, right? That doesn't care about tournament. Do you think that exists? Do you think that somebody has built a clan and they don't care about tournament? They don't care about tournament participation? They don't care about winning legendaries? They don't care about like winning better rewards? Do you think somebody that is casual in the game, let's say everybody in that is casual in the game, they're all like 1,000 crit, right? Do you think that once they start getting better legendaries, better crit percentage, they start winning more battles, they start getting better things, right? Assuming that they stay in the game to begin with. Do you think that that person will not start caring about getting better rewards in tournament? That they will just never care about being in a clan and playing tournament? I don't know. I feel like if you care that little about tournament, you're probably going to quit the game. And I don't mean that like that tournament is the only thing, but I think it's an additional way to get another legendary. And I think it's just an easy, it should be an easy way to get a legendary. If an entire clan chose to not play tournament, then played tournament and won, and every member won every single battle because they were all playing against like really low level players, it would break the game. Like it would absolutely break the game. You would be getting legendaries every single round in tournament. Every single time. If 50 members won every single battle in tournament, you would win so fast. But people put so high of an emphasis on playing PvP that it makes all of their battles really, really difficult. And they're not winning every battle in PvP consistently. And I'm telling you right now, I made a video that said I broke tournament. And if you watch that video, I win every single battle because I'm playing against like the lowest level players. Being in a clan is as much about being able to complete quests like request cards as it is to play the tournament. I don't want to play because the game demands attention. I play because I like the distraction or I'm bored on the toilet. I don't want to slog through 5 matches of PvP only to have everything stolen at the end. So you might say, get a better deck, how to get better decks, gold, how do you get gold, farm dungeons, and so the cycle continues. That was all one thing. How to get a better deck, how to get gold, how do you get gold, farm dungeons, and the cycle continues. That's all one thing. It's play co-op and you get gold, and that upgrades your crits, and that's the most important thing other than to play tournaments. The time amount. I feel like most people will say that they like playing just whenever. And I feel like those are the people that will always stay where they are and never understand why they're not getting better. And maybe they don't care. It's highly possible that they don't care about getting better. But the name of this game, it's like every free-to-play game, it's about grinding. Needing like 40,000 gold for all of your upgrades, right? And then needing, 54,000 gold or whatever. Needing gold in general, right? Like I remember a time when they were selling like 1 million gold for $20 or something. And I thought to myself, how much would that even do? Like I need so much gold right now. Or maybe it wasn't 1 million. Maybe it was like, I don't know, like 100,000? I think it might have been 100,000. No, it had to be more than that. Maybe like 500,000. Maybe it was like 500,000 gold for like $20. And I thought to myself, like I needed to upgrade so many things. And I thought to myself, I was like, what would that even do? Like everything costs so much in this game, like 40,000 gold when you start upgrading. When it starts to become difficult to upgrade your commons, epics, and rares, it's when they start getting into that 40,000 area. And it's every single card. And there's a lot of cards, right? And so you're like 40,000 here, and then 40,000 here, and then 40,000 here. And if you play co-op consistently, just every day, you'll get around 30,000 gold. And if you just spent 1 month playing co-op instead of doing anything else, you'd be able to upgrade everything. It would be a little monotonous, but you would be able to do it. And I feel like people would then complain about the idea that co-op takes too long. I'm not going to play 5 co-ops per day, right? But that's a thing that you have to do in this game to be better. And I feel like there's a lot of people out there that like just saying that they don't like playing this game, but they play this game. Like people that say that they don't that you don't get enough gold in PvP. You don't get enough gold in co-op. I don't have time to play 5 co-ops per day. Like it's not enough gold. Infinite co-op should be back. I should be able to just leave my phone on and get infinite gold, right? That's their solution. PvP is too hard. Everybody has better cards. I'm going to continue playing this game. Like, I feel like people expect this game to be not a grind and for it to be easy all the time. And the second that they start losing in PvP, then this game is unfair and it's unbalanced. And too many people have too many good cards. And it's the developers should change the game. And I need so much gold and co-op takes too long. Developers should change co-op. Tournaments are just pay to win. They're just people that pay money. Like, can I express something else to you? This game is not pay to win. It's pay to play against tougher opponents. Like, I don't know. That's not a hot take. I don't think that's a hot take. I've also stated this before. If you play this game and you think that spending money to get a level 20 Zeus is your way to start winning, right? Because Zeus is definitely the best hero right now. Level 20 Zeus is the best hero. Being able to like auto upgrade units at will is insane. It's insanity. It makes every deck better. It doesn't matter what your deck is. Having 4 tiles on the ground and giving attack speed and crit percentage and damage and nuking the field and leveling up your card, that's good. That's pretty good. That's good in any deck that you are running. Do you think that if you had a level 20 Zeus, you'd start winning? The answer is no. You would not start winning. Maybe you'd beat all of the people that you're currently fighting, but then you'd be put into a realm where it's people with max everything. People with 4,000 crit. People with max legendaries. People with max Zeus glasses. People with max, like everything. You spending money does not mean that you will start winning. This game is not pay to win. It is pay to play better people. Pay to play equal people that have also spent that amount of money. I almost have a level 15 gadget. If I showed a level 15 gadget to a person who just started, like they would think that, oh, I just paid to play, right? I just paid to win. Guess what? I don't win everything. I can't beat a level 20 Zeus. I can't beat a level 10 Zeus. I can't beat a max Tesla. I can't beat like Inquisitor more of the time than not. Right? Like the game scales with who you are as a player. And if you think that the game is too difficult, it's because you are too far into PvP. Stop playing PvP. They can only steal a maximum of 35%. Oh, that's the other thing. People think that like plunder is the biggest thing. Like, oh, I got plundered. This game is so dumb. I'm gonna quit. I won so many points in tournament and we're losing because I got plundered. You're not losing because you got plundered. You're losing because 12 of your members have not played a single battle and it's day 3. That's why you're losing. You're not losing because a singular person, got plundered for 100, points or for 400 points. It doesn't matter. That amount of points that you just got plundered is insignificant to how many points your team could have made if like 15 of your members started playing. And that's why you're losing. It is not, it should never be demoralizing to get plundered. It doesn't matter. You cannot, if you've noticed, like when you try to plunder, like the top clans, it doesn't matter. It's not like your plunder sets them back so far when you plunder one person. It doesn't, for however many points, it does not matter. It never matters. Plunder does not matter. Time doing the same shit for better rewards than PvP and co-op. Better is subjective. Tournament has better rewards for low to mid players. PvP has better rewards for upper mid to high players, which is why half the top clans don't care about tournament. I just left a top 50 clan 2 weeks ago and they came in last every round. I have friends in other top clans and about half their clans also came in last and barely tried, but clan has a bunch of 7k players. Seems like they get better rewards going contender and the shop than in tournaments. Also, clan trophy ratings. If your clan is below 250,000 trophies, rewards aren't as good. Why play tons of tournament only for first place rewards to be 370 to 1,000 magic dust? 370 to 1,000 magic dust is almost another legendary. Don't even talk about rewards for second and lower. That's at one of the earlier tournament levels, the 370 to 1,000 at, like max, or at when you get first. But that's almost a legendary. That's very close to a legendary. 400 magic dust is almost a legendary. That's assuming that you don't get the 1,000, which is a legendary. And then in the next round, the tournament prize is a legendary. I just don't understand why people would not want a free legendary if they just participated in tournament. I will never understand this. I will never understand why people play this game but don't want to play tournament. Why people join a clan but don't want to play tournament. 4 to 5 rounds a day, that takes at most 15 minutes is tons. Regardless of how good the reward is, it's better to just play the rounds and get extras than not. Reward's still considerably better than co-op and maybe PvP, considering a good majority of people, at least in my clan, grind co-op just for gold. Obviously, I'm not talking about the top 50s. If tournament means that little for high tier players, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. People are given the chance to get more rewards and it takes 2 seconds to help grind for them. Not sure why people choose not to. If you know for a fact you're not going to play your rounds, why join a clan that clearly states if you don't play your tournament rounds, you're going to get kicked? The clans that don't require you to play it are far easier to find than ones that do. It's so simple. Props to this person. The response to this is 15 minutes tons. It is much longer than 15 minutes. Like 5 battles, it takes a while. But that's the amount of time I feel like somebody would put into PvP on that day, when you could instead be helping your clan get a legendary and not playing PvP. And then eventually you'll get all those PvP rewards eventually anyway. And then you'll get these rewards. Maybe it's the instant gratification of PvP as opposed to tournament, because tournament is a long game, right? Long game as in you have to, it's like 3 days, right? Like tournament normally lasts around 3 days. You should be winning in 3 days. And if you're taking any longer than that, you're probably not winning. But tournament is 3 days. And then you get a reward on like day 5 or day 6, right? But with PvP, when you climb PvP ladder, you're gaining rewards as you're climbing. And then it's annoying when you stop and you can't progress and you're not gaining that reward. You're not gaining that dopamine hit, right? Of, I'm doing good, so I got a reward, right? This game is all about the long game. The impossibility of maxing out every common, rare, and epic is the long game. That is part of playing the game. It's the idea that a lot of this game will take you forever to play. It'll take you forever to get everything. But eventually you will. eventually you can max out everything. And it will take a while. But if the only reason why you're playing this game is the short game, like the short gain of this game, like, oh, I just want to play for 10 minutes and win 5 battles, right? It's going to start annoying you when you don't win 5 battles and when it takes you longer than people just quitting because you have a shaman deck or because you have a witch deck, right? I think my takeaway from this, because I could read all of these, and if you go to the Rush Royale Reddit, it's there. You can read the rest of them. I don't want to harp on this any more than I already have. But I think that your takeaway from this should be understand that Rush Royale is not a short-term game. And if it's a short-term game for you, then you're probably going to quit. If all you care about is, like what's the easiest way to do X, then you're probably going to quit. What's the easiest way for me to win? What's the easiest way to get gold? What's the easiest way to get a legendary? What's the easiest way to max out all my things? There's not an easy way. And it's not to pay money. That doesn't make it easier. If anything, that makes it harder for you. Because then you find yourself in a realm where you don't even know anything that the grind to get there, right? It would be like if you wanted to buy a house and somebody and as opposed to earning money and like thinking, oh, can I afford this house? And, oh, can I make payments on this house? Oh, can I support the house payments as well as, like the rest of my life? What do I need to change about my life in order to buy this house? What do I need? Oh, what's the insurance like? How much is insurance for a house? How much do I need to, like, what are the things that I need for each room in this house? Like, what do I need as upkeep for this house? What if somebody just gifted you a house? They just said, here's a house. And you were in your current state of life and you had no idea, you had no concept of how much it would cost to upkeep, how much the monthly payments were, how much, because you still have to pay property tax. You have to, you have to pay separate things, right? That's basically what it would be like if you pay to play. If you just decided to drop $1,000 in this game and you got yourself I don't know, something. A max level something, whatever, right? Let's say you spent $5,000 and got a max level Zeus. Now what? Do you think you're going to start winning? Maybe. You'll push a little bit further than you were before, but then you'll get into a realm of people playing max everything and you'll start losing again. And then again, you will hate the game. This entire game is about the long game. And you have to be willing to wait. And if you are willing to wait, if you are willing to wait to play PvP until the end of the month, if you are willing to wait the 6 days that it takes to get rewards from tournament, if you are willing to wait to play co-op and earn gold and upgrade your cards, if you are willing to wait month after month after month to buy the season pass and to slowly get Book of Secrets every 2 months to upgrade a card 1 level. And if you are willing to wait for this game, then you're doing the right thing and you will go far in this game.